Splatling to serve as a backline for them.
Yeah, I think overall you're probably gonna see at least one or two ballers in here. Pretty classic
Yes.
clan blitz pushing weapon. And we are gonna get into this match here. We do have a Hydra coming out actually. Got a Hydra. We've got the Octobrush. It's the vanilla Octobrush as well. And they're gonna be rushing into mid here. What do you think about these comps?
You know, it's interesting to see a Hydra, but definitely not too out of the ordinary, as Hydra just has an extreme amount of range that can literally cover about half this map.
We talk about the sick double already pushing in. That's going to be 3 down on the side of literally Undecided already. And we're going to see Summer Lights probably start up this push, get up those clams, make that power clam, and start this push now.
And you see Soko, as Fate had described this person earlier, is a god at Slosher.
Okay.
So it's just proven not only Slosher Machine, but also Slosher Deco, and seems just very, very adept at what they do.
Yeah, they've got the push. Tripsian coming in here, trying to pressure. Gonna make him pop that baller maybe a little bit early. They weren't able to quite get up there and push and get in, but they're gonna be able to set up hopefully for another push. That's 2 down again on the side of literally Undecided. Cammy struggling, gonna find a pick here. Hopefully gonna get maybe another one, taking down the Hydra and taking down the Pro. So we'll wait and see if they can get control of the map and maybe start their own push.
And so you see here that they're trying to gather up all these clams. Unfortunately, they don't really have any specials at the ready, so it's going to be a little bit before they're able to move into this. Because at the minimum, you would need at least 2 specials to move in. Otherwise, you put yourself at risk for losing a rather good push.
Oh, we see Soko making everything freak out here for a second. Just too good. That's 3 down again on the little side of literally Undecided. And the last thing is a Stingray. Seldon trying to run. Unfortunately, is very difficult to run away while you got that Stingray out. Baller coming in here now, and we are probably going to see the jump coming in. No, they're actually just going to run it in old-fashioned way. 2 going to go down. We see another one go down. Soko going with another triple. And now here comes the pain with the points.
So that was actually really fortunate for Soko. That's what I call a traditional solo play right there. As you see, there was a little bit of miscommunication when they ballered in, but no one was jumping in and decided to toss the clam in. And I was very, very fortunate to get that double piece there.
Everybody seemed to be grouped up right in that corner, and it just worked out really well for them with the baller explosion. Now Tripsy's got 8 here, about to build up the power clam. I think they're going to try to go for this push here. They've got 3 specials ready. 1 does go down, and they pop that armor, but I think they're in a pretty good position.
Yes, they do have at least 2 power clams if someone can grab that one. Because what they don't want to do is just to get the 1 clam push, which will just give them more penalty, and really it's not really that worth it.
It looks like that was a little bit, a little bit more of that miscommunication. They do get set up here. Odds is gonna get a good pick. Throw out that Booyah Bomb to pressure that. They're gonna go down. That's 3 down again on the side of literally Undecided. It seems like they're a little undecided on how they want to push out of here.
Yes, and just overall, you see a lot of the members not really gathering a whole lot of clams.
It was almost, I think, a quad possibly, but Cammy is going to stop that and say, no thank you, we do not want you scoring anymore on our basket. And they're going to get set up for another push here. Cammy's going to pop that armor maybe a little bit early, but they're going to get here set up, hopefully get pushed in. That's going to be another 2 down, 3 down on the side of literally Undecided. And
that was that was the issue of popping your special too early, is that whenever you just run 1, it's really easy to shut down just a 1 special. So that armor was definitely a little bit premature there.
Yeah, would you say that they just need to start coordinating those specials a little bit earlier?
Yes, and as fast and hectic as clan modes can be, it requires a lot of patience to be able to coordinate your specials and just wait rather than just to blindly just pop your specials and just pray that something happens.
Right, I think a lot of people go in with that baller and they end up just kind of hoping that it's going to happen. But man, we've got another score. This is finally going to be a score for literally Undecided. They are pushing in, hopefully going to be able to hold down this position. Cammy dancing around, trying to get the kill. Unfortunately goes down, but Celadon almost gets it. That was so close. Needed 1 more, but they are going to wipe, and they're going to set up for another push. But Summer Lights holds on to this lead just barely.
And I'd like to note that the the scores are very even right now, but it definitely seems like Summer Lights is going to have the advantage here, as if you've noticed that literally Undecided, their two main pushes have been what we would like to call suicide pushes, where they get the score and they get the lead, but all their teammates die. And that really just opens a door of opportunity for the other team to just counter push.
Yeah, and we saw that jump coming in. That was going to spell defeat for Literally Undecided, but the timer said, we're actually going to end it early for you. We'll give you mercy here for a second. Oh, so that is going to go 1-0 for Summer Lights. What would you like to see out of Literally Undecided here in this next game? We're going into Splat Zone's Camp Triggerfish.
Splat Zone's Camp Triggerfish. I believe Literally Undecided opted to use the Charger. So definitely a very strong weapon for long range and chargers in specific. So we're probably going to see the classic array. You know, it's just camp is just a very linear level kind of map where it's not too hard to locate your enemies, and there's not a lot of opportunity for escape.
Now, as a charger player, would you say you use the splatter scope here, or would you use the splat charger?
Really, for zones, I like to use the scope variant just because of the nature of the weapon. With unscoped, although it allows you to play more aggressive and gives you access to odd angles and just a new level of play, you're always holding your charge shot, which is really the mechanic of it. And so you're not really painting as much and not getting your special. So really, scope is just really the safer and just objectively better weapon to go.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. With Splat Zone's Camp Triggerfish, I think it can be very polarizing, and it's an interesting map mode because you can actually run tons of long range on it and actually be okay. It's very strange because most maps you need that short range, but on this map I don't think it's 100% necessary. So we're gonna get into this match, game 2 of Summer Lights versus Literally Undecided, growing Splat Zone's Camp Triggerfish. We are going to see the splatter scope come out, and let's get in here. What do you think about these comps?
Classic battle of the Hydra versus Charger. See who's going to come out top here. Hydra definitely has a lot more leniency in that basically a Charger gets one shot, and if you miss that one shot, well, Hydra has literally a billion left to hit you with.
It just never stops firing, it seems like it just lasts for forever. We do see they're going to take early control here, Summer Lights is, and trying to come around this corner. Literally Undecided seems to be struggling, maybe a bit of an overextension there, and now they're going to take control and push up.
Yes, and it's pretty funny how you can kind of see the future a little bit when you see in that particular moment the Hydra was really overextended there, set up in a very aggressive position when they were actually down a member versus Summer Lights.
Yeah, it was interesting for them to try to push in that hard. It may have been just a bit of a desperation move, but now we see here they are going to take back control and going to stop it. 61, not too bad. Going to be able to come back from that. We see the missiles coming out from Fate, getting a kill on Cannard, and they are going to be able to keep this. And now we're going to hopefully be building up some specials, maybe take down this side here on the left side. And it looks like they're going to be able to snuff that out. So yeah, we're going to be able to build up these specials and hopefully switch leads.
And you see the issue here is that the members of Literally Undecided are literally undecided or whether or not they want to push. And just unfortunately just going to go down one by one. And they're just kind of fighting this stagnant battle here as they're just going to lose this team fight. And unfortunately just going to lose the zone.
That's a full wipe right there. And we are going to see Control remain in Summer Light's position. Now they're going to push up here, really aggressive, probably throwing out that Booyah Bomb. They are going to watch for people to go across that ink rail. And you see, now everyone's just kind of rushing in and hoping that they're going to get something. Nobody's really going to get this pick, and I think this is probably it.
I would definitely agree. I mean, at least get a fancy snipe in there, you know, one for the kill cam.
Celadon says, I'm taking one with me. You're going down with me.
I know exactly the feeling. Going in a 5-minute match and literally killing no one, I just feel that pressure. I've got to get at least one.
There you go. All right, so we do see, yeah, that's a lot more. I think it'd be the special usage, just the coordination on the side of Summer Lights for that just seems to be a lot stronger than for literally Undecided. I don't know if it's just they have a nature, they know how each other plays, they practice a little more, or if that's just.
Well, I don't particularly know the members personally on literally Undecided, but since I've been able to watch Summer Lights yesterday, Odds, who was actually playing Charger yesterday and very long-range weapons, and now switching to the Kensa Pro and doing a fantastic job with it. So you have members like Odds and also Soko, who are just very adept players, definitely fighting in the front lines and getting the kills that they need. And you have Fate, who's doing a rather excellent job just kind of holding the zone and kind of being that support player that they need.
Right. Yeah, I definitely see that. And now going into Rainmaker Black Belly, I don't know how Hydra is going to necessarily work here. Splatlings seem to kind of be iffy, but since the big spot in the middle isn't actually going to be there, the big tower, if you will, it's a little bit level now. It might be a little bit better for the Hydra, but do you think we'll see a switch out?
I mean, normally for Rainmaker, long range doesn't really excel here because really there are only like 2 points that you can really perch yourself on. One is an opening on right through the half pipe, and then one is obviously in top mid. But with the map layout, how it's structured in Rainmaker, it allows a little more opportunity for backliners, long range weapons to excel. Honestly, I think we might still see a Hydra. It's just very good at securing that pop. Right. But Ray is also good for Rainmaker, so we might see just the still battle of the Hydra and the Splatter Scope.
Yeah, we might see that Splat Charger actually come out. So we do see, Odds going to switch over to Splatter Scope.
Remix.
And yeah, we're going over the Remix. So it's actually going to be only one Stingray in this battle. Tripsian actually going with the Junior. It looks like we're going with the Double Bomb Junior as well. Everybody going for this pop, as everyone does. And Summer Lights is going to win that. Let's see what they do with it.
So an important part here is that since they've gotten the pop, that usually puts them at an advantage, but looks like Soko is actually going to go down there pretty immediately.
Yeah, that double bomb build, it can be really scary. You just have to deal with so much. Fate's going to go down to the Booyah Bomb as well. Really placed well. Celadon pushing up now. They're going to get a bunch down. That's actually going to be 3 down on the side of literally Undecided, though. I don't know how they all went down in that situation.
Yeah, so the important part here, now that Celadon's the last member, is that has to stay alive. Unfortunately, it doesn't, just because that backliner is the last defense in these pushes here.
We do see Soko pushing up really hard, trying to get this pick on Cammy. The duelie's so tricky. See the baller come in, gonna get rid of that baller with the splashdown. And now they're gonna make this push on the side. I don't think anyone was paying attention. They were all watching Soko. And now they're gonna get that push all the way up to 32. Booyah Bomb coming out, but not really gonna do a whole lot. Celadon does get this pick, but is probably gonna go down. Rose is trying to push this, does get the pick on Celadon, and they are gonna continue this push, keep up this pressure, I think.
Yeah, so Soko did an excellent job there, not just because he got a few kills here and there, but because they distracted the members of literally Undecided for such a long time and got it all the way down to 32, which on this map is actually a pretty considerable amount.
Yeah, it actually is, especially with the updated layout of it. It's kind of difficult to get this further push. You really have to just kind of bum rush it right down the middle. And it's really interesting to see this constant pressure coming in. We do see the baller come in from the side of literally Undecided, but it doesn't seem like it's going to do anything. Might have been a bit of a waste of that Booyah Bomb, not really doing much either. Rose just going to kind of sit here, going to get a pick on Celadon, and we see the carnage continuing. It's like, yeah, Cammy's going to go down. Now they're just all trying to go after this Rainmaker, but they're just not able to get in. Rose being so good with those kills. And it looks like they're going to be able to keep pushing, actually giving a lot of pressure, even just with the Rainmaker.
Yes, and it's just very unfortunate in that situation where they were stuck in that half pipe is that Rose by themselves didn't even have a teammate around, was able to hold off 3 members of literally Undecided, and was just able to hold out 2 other teammates, were able to come through and to make that final push happen.
Yeah, and that's going to be 3-0. real
A
quick.
clean 3-0. Been
Yeah.
seeing a lot of those recently. I think Summer Lights, I don't know if they went 3-0 before, but they definitely put on a performance last time.
I think that they ended up being just too timid. They got a little bit passive in terms of their pushes, like you said on Triggerfish when they were trying to push up to the zone. They couldn't. They just weren't. They couldn't decide if they wanted to push or not. Maybe we'll pull back. Maybe we'll push up. But by that time, they end up being in this weird limbo, and they get kind of taken down by that because there's no room for them to move.
Exactly. And, you know, the thing is I mean, this is a team game. You have to be cognizant of not only what you're doing, but what your teammates are doing, because you can't just let one person unravel your entire team.
Yeah, I think especially with that Rainmaker being over in half pipe, they should have at least had somebody try to flank around on the other side. That would have probably helped. Or if they just, I mean, they just got to go for it sometimes. You know, even if you throw in a couple bombs or something, anything to keep them moving so they can't sit there and just charge shots endlessly.
Yes. And, you know, as someone had once said, is that when you're on that back pedal, you're getting pushed, eventually it's going to crack. And, you know, literally Undecided was on that back pedal for a very long time, and as you see, it just took a matter of time for Summer Lights to break through and get that final push there.
Yeah, nobody has the perfect defense.
Yep.
You know, you can't hold it forever. Eventually, they're gonna find the nick in your armor, if you will. All right, so we're going to be going into round 2 now, I believe. I think some of the games might still be finishing up, or they're moving in. We're waiting for you. We're waiting for one more game to finish up, and then we're going to see who is going to be moving on into the second round, what matches we're going to be seeing, because it is Swiss, so it's decided based on results of what each person has. So we're gonna take a quick break here, and we're gonna play some stuff for you, show you what we all got going on, and we'll see you here back in a bit.